Some animals keep caring for dead babies long after death is obvious. You are a mother carrying a baby that will never wake up again. Hours pass, then days, then weeks, and you still will not put the body down. If animals do this too, the line people draw between human grief and animal attachment gets thin very fast. The question is simple: does care stop when life stops, or does it keep going anyway? An orca mother kept her dead calf with her for 17 days across more than 1,000 miles. The serious question is not whether animals react to death. Plenty do. The harder question is whether care keeps going after death is already obvious, and whether it keeps going so long that simple confusion no longer fits. Primates are where this starts to look less like one rare sad story and more like a real pattern. Across 409 recorded cases in 50 primate species, mothers kept carrying dead infants again and again. Longer carries show up more often after quieter deaths, when the body stays in one piece. They also show up more with younger infants that are easier to hold. A mother keeps cradling, carrying, grooming, and guarding a body that will not respond. The care does not shut off like a light switch. Once that pattern shows up across dozens of species, it stops sounding like one awful afternoon that somebody just happened to see. There is still an easy way out. Maybe they just do not realize the infant is dead yet. Gombe is where that explanation starts to fail. In wild chimpanzees there, observers recorded 33 infant corpse carrying cases. The middle of the pack lasted about 1.83 days, so this was often not just a brief touch and then moving on. A mother kept the body with her through travel, rest, and ordinary group life. She no longer seemed to treat it like a healthy infant. Recognition and stopping are not the same thing. A chimp can seem to register that something is badly wrong and still keep carrying. The body gets no response, and the care keeps going. The response is not always locked inside one mother either. At Gombe, non-mothers carried dead infants in about a quarter of the recorded cases. Older siblings, adopters, and other group members sometimes took the body too. Other chimps still carried the infant, handled it, and gave it attention. So this is not always one exhausted mother stuck in a loop. Sometimes the whole group keeps acting as if the dead infant still matters, and that is a much messier fact. Then chimpanzees do something much harder to explain away. The body stops looking even remotely alive, and the carrying still continues. In Budongo forest, the long cases are the ones that stay in your head. 3 carries lasted 18 days, 56 days, and 89 days. In the longest cases, the remains had mummified, dry skin, bones. The soft tissue was gone, and the mother still carried the infant. Bossou shows the same thing. Chimp mothers there carried mummified infants for weeks after the bodies no longer looked anything like a sleeping baby. The idea that she expects it to wake up doesn't fit here. A mummy is not a maybe. Once a mother keeps carrying skin and bone through the forest, the thing that needs explaining is the care. Recognizing death is no longer the whole story. One more detail makes that heavier.
At Chimfunchi Sanctuary in Zambia, a mother named Masia lost her 16-month infant. 2 days later, she spent 45 minutes approaching and backing away from the body, faced it for nearly half that time, and touched it 23 times, mostly on the face. Masia kept coming back to the face and hovering near the body. That does not feel like random contact. The visible fact is simpler and stranger. The mother keeps lifting, touching, grooming, or carrying even after the infant is clearly dead. Water makes this even stranger because whales and dolphins do not just stay near the body. They keep doing the job a live calf would still need. In 106 recorded aquatic mammal cases, mostly whales and dolphins, the repeated actions are very specific. A mother nudges the calf upward and balances at the surface. She mouths it, carries it, lets it sink, then lifts it again. Those are work moves. They closely match the routine that helps a living calf stay in position to breathe. So the behavior is not just noticing the body. The behavior is still handling the body the way a mother handles a calf. In the ocean, this can stretch even longer because other relatives stay nearby and sometimes help with the work. In 2018, in the Salish Sea, an orca named Tahlequah gave birth to a calf that died soon after. She did not leave it. She pushed it on her head, carried it in her mouth, and kept it with her as the pod moved through open water. One day became 2, then 5, then 10. She kept going for 17 straight days. The distance is what makes it hit so hard. During that time, she traveled more than 1,000 miles. She did not stay in one protected spot. She carried the calf through the ordinary movement of her life while the whole pod kept moving. Other pod members were seen helping support the body at times. That means this was not only one mother refusing to let go. Relatives helped keep the dead calf up too. If you had to build the hardest case by hand, you would ask for exactly this. 17 days, more than 1,000 miles, help from relatives, a dead newborn handled again and again because the bond kept demanding action. So what do you call that? Do you judge mourning by feelings you can never access, or by care you can watch continue after death? The honest answer is that nobody gets the neat little label they want. Some short cases probably are confusion. Water makes carrying easier than land, and in the biggest chimp records, no single factor neatly predicts how long the carrying will last. Age does not solve it. Experience does not solve it. Attachment alone does not solve it. So the strong claim is narrower and better. Animals do not need words, graves, or funerals to show that a bond is still doing something after death. You can see it in the behavior itself, in the carrying that keeps going, in the grooming that does not stop, in the lifting, guarding, retrieving, and repositioning after there is no hope left. So what if your grief was not just an ignore? What if you started to see the deepest bonds of consciousness not as just human habits? So the next time you hear that animals don't mourn like you do, notice what that sentence hides. The care keeps going after life has already ended. And once you see that, grief stops looking like a human invention. It starts looking older than language. It was here before funerals, older than us.